In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can add any 3D objects in your scene inside of After Effects. Let's get started. First things first, let's go ahead and track the camera. So I'm going to hit this. So I'm just going to click on this track camera and we're going to go inside Advanced and check this detail analysis. And we're going to wait for After Effects to track the camera. Alright, the tracking has been done and you can see a bunch of points here. You're going to want to select the points where you want to place the 3D object. So for this example, I'm going to select this building. I'm going to just hold the mouse and drag this and right click, create solid and camera. So one is here and I'm going to scrub through the timeline and I'm also going to place the object somewhere around here. So I'm going to select the footage and select the 3D camera tracker effect. And I'm going to grab this side of this building. I'm going to right click, create solid, and I'm also going to select somewhere here. So right click, create solid. So the reason why I created the solid is we're going to use this solid to cast shadows. So the main thing that sells this effect is the shadow. So without the shadows, it won't be photorealistic. So it's really important to have shadows inside the scene to have a photorealistic composition, right? So with that said, let's just drag in the 3D model. I have this 3D model and an HDR image which I downloaded from these two websites. You can find the links from my video description. And by the way, if you want to master After Effects, you can join my Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you'll unlock 2 of my courses plus all the project files and premium templates and my Expression Kit Pro. The link will also be in the description down below. Alright, so before importing the 3D model inside the scene, so there's a few things you have to do. So let's go inside this render settings, or you can just hit Ctrl K on the keyboard to go to the composition settings. You can just go inside 3D render and you can change this to advanced 3D. That's really important, right? So let's go ahead and okay. So once you set up your composition, you can just drag in the 3D model inside the comp and you'll have this and select this, make comp size, and I'm gonna hit OK. So once you scrub through the timeline, you can see that the 3D object is floating here. So we're gonna want to place this 3D model just at the position of this solid. All right, so the easiest way to do is hold down Shift and parent pick whip to the solid layer, which brings me here, and also I can rotate it like this. Okay, so I'm going to put it that way for now, and I'm going to duplicate this, Control D to duplicate. I'm going to scrub to the timeline and I want to place this somewhere around here. So I'm going to Shift, pick whip it to the solid, maybe in the second one. Oops, not that. This one, yeah, this. And I will also unparent it again because I don't want to link both the layers. And I'm gonna reposition the model somewhere like this. And one more thing I would like to do is I'm gonna click on the first model. I'm gonna hit P on the keyboard and I'm gonna adjust the position, the Z values, somewhere around here. I'm gonna duplicate one more time, Control D, and I'm gonna move this side, the right side. So scrub through the timeline. And maybe I'm going to place it somewhere here, and I can also hit S and scale it down. And to add some variation, I'm just going to add some rotation to this, right? So I'm going to move it somewhere around here, something like that. Okay, so once you are there, you're going to want to work on the lighting here, right? So let's create a new light, which is going to be an environment light, and check this cast shadows. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to import the HDR image inside the timeline. And I'm going to turn this off because we don't need that. We just need the lighting. We just need to change the source to the HDR image that we just imported. So which is the Twilight Sunset 4K. All right, so right there you can see that it's already looking good. All you have to do now is you just need to match the lighting of the footage with the lighting of the 3D model, right? So before that, I think we're gonna select all of these solids, hit AA to go to the material options, and you can just go down here, accept shadows. We just need the shadows, so only just click on that and it will change it to only. So we just need the shadows for this. So this disappeared, and as soon as I did that, you can see some shadows have been casted on the footage. That's really nice, but for some reason sometimes it don't cast shadows. So if that happens to you, you can just go inside these render options and you can just click on this fit to scene and hit OK, and your shadows will be right back in, right? So there are a couple of fixes we need to make here. So the first one is, let's just go and scale this up a little bit more, and I'm going to make it something like this and hit R. And I'm also going to add an expression to this. So we're just going to add some expression to this Z rotation, right? Hold down Alt on the keyboard, click on this Z rotation, and I'm just going to type in time times 10. Okay, so you have a subtle rotation like that. So as you can see that the shadow layer, which is the solid, is still here. So we're going to extend this even more to the top and the sides, and we're going to select on the solid and double click on this rectangle tool to create a mask, and we're going to want to shrink it down to the size of the building, and I'm going to hit F to feather it. You can just feather it a little bit so that the shadows are just on that building. You can see that how this is how it is casting shadows. You can see that it's really nice. If you find this video helpful so far, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you want to master After Effects and land high-paying clients, sign up for my new After Effects course. I'll be releasing it very soon. Okay, so once you are there, you're going to want to do the same for this. I'm going to move this up. You can see the shadows are being casted here. And maybe I'm going to, you can just scale it up, rotate it like this, and I'm going to hit R. And I'll do the same for the Z rotation. Hold down Alt and click on the stopwatch and times, and I'm going to hit, say, times 10. Or you can use my expression kit, which is really handy. Let's just go inside this expression kit Pro. And I already saved the expression, which is the time times 10, by giving it a name, time expression, save that. And I'm just going to select on the properties where I want to apply the expression, which is the Z rotation of the 3D model. I'm just going to click on this time expression and apply it, and it applies to that layer. Right now, you can see that it's really looking nice, but the problem here is you can see that you have some sun flares here on the right side, and the shadows, the lighting direction is not really what we want. So let's go to the environment light, and let's go to transform, and we're gonna try to change the source light to somewhere around here, and maybe rotate it a little bit because we want this light to be coming from the right side, right? So I think we almost there. Let's just try to fix this. Nope. Let's go to the back side. It's just, I'm just trying to match the lighting of the live action footage so that you have a very photorealistic render. Okay, I think that's nice. And you can see that the shadow casted here are all over the place. So we just need to be, we just need to we just need the shadow to be casted on the buildings, right? So I'm going to select the layer, click on this rectangle tool again, and I'm just going to double click that and shrink it down, something like this, and hit F for feather. And that's how I like to fix the shadow layer. All right, so one more thing I would like to do is that you have some sun flares here, which is behind the 3D model, right? I have one sun flare overlay. Just drag and drop it inside the timeline. Right click, transform, and flip horizontal. And I'm just going to select the blending mode to screen. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to maybe skate it up, way up, and reposition it somewhere here and lower the opacity to around 80. And I'm just going to animate the opacity right somewhere here. So set the opacity keyframe here, move few frames, and I'm just going to lower it down to 0. Select all the keyframes, F9 for easy ease. So that's how easy and fast it is to add any 3D model inside your scene. I hope you learned something from this. This is Motion Designer, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.